On today's episode of the Bolt Crew podcast, the 8-4 Chargers gear up for their matchup against the Eagles. Justin Herbert is out of surgery. Will he play Monday night? And with 5 games remaining, how did the Chargers stack up against the NFL's best? We'll tell you what we think in this episode. It all starts right now on the Bolt Crew podcast. Hard to have success when you got guys coming in your face all day.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the Bolt Crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, best up in the business. It's the Bolt Crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Harbaugh down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Bolt Crew podcast. Dave Pele, Josh Pele, and Mario Heron talking Charger football with you on a Tuesday afternoon. If you don't catch the show live, again, subscribe, like to the show. We appreciate it. If you leave a comment on YouTube, of course, we will get to those as well and answer all your questions. I don't think I did a very good job, I think, after the last one. I'm trying to think how many did I answer. I don't think I answered a ton, Josh. Usually I'm on top of every single one of them, but either Josh and I will get to them. Mario's running around Chicago. It's a little bit tougher for him. But either way, we appreciate you guys interacting with the show. Again, the Chargers improved 8-4 with a 17-point win over the Raiders the other day. At the same time, I just want to touch on last night's game real quick before we move on. The Patriots took on the Giants Monday night. It's always funny how the Monday night matchups just don't seem as exciting as usually Sunday, even though the Sunday matchup this week was boring on paper. Commanders, Broncos. I got to ask you guys, are you sold on the New England Patriots? I mean, they won 10 games in a row. They did lose to the Raiders to start the season. They've won 10 in a row. I feel crazy saying this. I'm not sold on that Patriots team because outside of the quarterback, I don't see anything special on offense.
I think Travion Henderson is something to worry about if you're another team. He looks very good. They made a comparison to Jahmyr Gibbs on the broadcast. I thought it was the dumbest thing I've heard all week. Comparing Travion Henderson to Jahmyr Gibbs is out of control. Wide receiver-wise, I'm with you, though. There's not a lot of targets they have on that team that scare you. I mean, Booty's probably the best receiver they have right now. He was a second-round pick, I believe, out of LSU last year. They don't have star players on that offense. Hunter Henry was a Charger, right? I think we drafted Hunter Henry ahead of Derrick Henry, as
Yes.
Dave likes to point out. With that being said, man, there's not a lot on that Patriots team that scares me, Mario.
The deep ball scares me. I mean, Drake May can find anyone if it's 20-plus yards downfield. So I think that's what worries me. You mentioned the personnel. I think what more makes me on the nervous side is Mike Vrabel and what he's able to do. Because we saw with Tennessee, you give him spare pieces, he puts it together, and he's able to find something. And they had A.J. Brown, they had Derrick Henry, but they also had Ryan Tannehill. And I don't think he's had a quarterback as talented as Drake May at the helm. And that's the part where you go, how dangerous can that coach be when he has a really good quarterback? A guy that's playing at an MVP level, and Dave is, right behind Stafford for that award right now?
Some might give him the votes. I mean, it's really kind of amazing. We talk about that quarterback class all the time, on how good it was and how well those guys are playing. Outside of J.J. McCarthy, it's funny, a lot of people are kind of out on Michael Penix right now, but just an incredible quarterback class. The funny thing about Drake May, maybe looking back on it, would you have said he would have gone number one? Let's say he was coming out of an Ohio State, a different school. But because Drake May and what happened to Trubisky coming out of North Carolina, that you kind of link them together of going, can we take a chance and going with May as the number one guy? I mean, if you redrafted right now, May's probably going number one, right? Out of that whole quarterback class, he's probably going number one. If he's as good as he is right now with the talent he has, imagine if he had the weapons, let's say Joe Burrow had in Cincinnati playing for that Patriot team. How good is Drake May?
It's a great question. If you were to redraft the entire NFL, where would you pick Drake May? To me, he'd be in the top 3, might be number 1, right? I mean, you can make a case for a guy that's that young and that good, Mario. He might be the number 1 overall pick if you were to do a redraft in the entire league.
He's definitely up there. I saw someone do the redraft of that QB class earlier this week. It's crazy how Jaden Daniels has fallen pretty quickly, but it's like, I don't know if it's due to his play, so to speak, as much as he just hasn't been available. And Caleb Williams has made a second-year leap, and so has Drake May. It's also because they actually got good coaching and not just a bunch of idiots back there trying to instruct him how to play the game of football. But I'll say this. I think as much as these guys taking a step forward, I think Bo Nix has really taken a step back. And we'll get into it later with some power ranking stuff. But that Broncos offense, I mean, talk about not even sniffing, pitching a tent downstairs. I mean, that's like you took Zoloft and nothing's going on.
Jeez Louise. All right. We'll get into that. Speaking of Jaden Daniels, one of the things as far as his injuries go, and that's one of the things that keeps him off the field. You know, Justin Herbert suffered an injury the other day, and you go, well, if it was a situation where they had the AFC West locked up, or they knew they had the number one seed in the AFC going in the playoffs, Justin Herbert more than likely, right? He takes time off. But because Justin Herbert is needed and the doctors are going to clear him to play, we expect to see him on Monday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. Out of surgery, in and out, no problem. Always amazing to me, by the way, how NFL players, or doesn't matter what sport you play, you get that MRI right away, you get that surgery right away, best doctors looking at you. Anyone else who suffers any kind of injury, hey, maybe we can get you in for that MRI in 3 months. It's like anyone who deals with the medical system knows it's absolutely ridiculous how hard it is to get anything scheduled. But hey, it's Charger football, and we'll take it. He's our guy. I'm glad to hear that he's able to go. We're lucky that it's his left hand on his right hand. I still can't get over the fact that the first play the Chargers ran once he came back into the game with that jacked up hand that was a left-handed handoff was, are we thinking at all what we're doing here on the Chargers side? Justin Herbert's a gamer. And I think when you play this position and you're only playing 17 games a year and every game is important, it's important that you have a quarterback that's able to get on the field. I don't know what's going on with Jaden Daniels, but when I see stuff like that, as one of you just said, I don't know if it's performance or if it's his inability to stay on the field. To me, it's one and the same. I honestly feel that way. If you can't play, you aren't any good to us. So as a fan, I just don't care. It's one and the same.
Yeah, when you're talking about Justin Herbert's hand real quick, it's funny you brought up, if you have an injury, how long it would take a normal person to recover. I'd be in pain right now. Typing on this keyboard. I wouldn't even be able to do this, but he's going to play a football game against the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday night, and we're expecting him to. One of the crazier things I've seen, Mario, is the rushing stats for quarterbacks in the league. If I was to ask you where Justin Herbert ranks amongst quarterbacks in rushing yards, where would you say he is this season?
Top 10?
Top 10. What would you say, Dave?
Top 10. I'll go higher than that. I'll go top 5. Okay, yeah, top 5.
Number 3 in the whole NFL. The only 2 quarterbacks that are above him in rushing yards is Justin Fields, who has 383, and then Josh Allen's number 1 with 409 rushing yards. Justin Herbert's number 3 at 353 rushing yards. That's important to me. The reason why that's important is because going into this season, we said that Justin Herbert needs to use his legs more to be more of a threat. Also, Justin Herbert is not going to be a threat moving forward, my opinion, with this broken hand. I mean, he cannot afford to get hit in the hand or take those hits from any type of defensive player leaving the pocket. To me, this broken hand, even though it's the left hand, Mario, is a bigger deal than people are making it out to be. It kind of really limits him on what kind of quarterback he can be for the team.
Especially when you have guys that can't block for you, and it's just anybody wants to come through can get through. And you're facing a front in Philadelphia Eagles that is very strong, very physical, and Vic Fangio can get those guys in the best matchups possible and make sure that they hit the quarterback. I guess the bright news, the good news for the Chargers is Amanda Hampton is expected to play this week. And if we have Hampton in that game and you have Vidal in this game, look, we saw what Swift and we saw what Monangai were able to do against this Eagles defense. I'm not saying I don't think they can put up that good of numbers because hate to break it to everyone, there's kind of a difference between Ben Johnson and Greg Roman's play calling. But I think there is a possibility that they're able to expose them on the ground, maybe not to the level of the Bears, but able to have some type of success that should help the Chargers in this game.
Yeah, we'll talk a ton about, the Eagles obviously getting ready for this game. I mean, the way we plan to set up these shows heading forward, not only today, we'll go Thursday, we'll do 2 shows on Monday. We'll end up doing kind of a pregame show. But this is a situation where you're looking at this Eagles team on the schedule and you're going, man, not only are they champions, but at the same time, they have a tremendous amount of talent. Not one of the teams that just fell into a championship. roster-wise, insane. They got a tremendous GM, as we've said, goes out and gets you what you need. Seems like they're one of the few teams that doesn't ever have to worry about a salary cap. We always scratch our head and go, how do the Eagles do it with all this talent? The Eagles, though, it's a different situation, right? In Charger football, we were really upset when they lost to Jacksonville and how embarrassing it was. Nobody went and egged Greg Roman's house. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that
Yeah.
situation. It's not what they do. In Philadelphia, this is all they have. It's an S-hole of a city. I mean, most people don't even live there that play for the team or work for the team. You have any money at all, you aren't living in Philadelphia, you're living in New Jersey. And then you go over there and you go to New Jersey and you egg your OC's house because you lost to the Bears. Look, there's a lot of pressure to play sports in Philadelphia. For Philadelphia, and for them coming to town on Monday night, this is, we said, must-win game against the Raiders because it was the easiest game remaining on the schedule. For the Philadelphia Eagles, this is a national televised game. They were embarrassed the day after Thanksgiving. You're going to see, to me, the Eagles' best effort. Now, I might be crazy saying this. I don't think the Eagles' best effort is Super Bowl quality right now. There's a lot of things wrong with that Eagles team, and I'm not talking about what's going on in that locker room or with the coaching staff. Josh, they don't look sharp to me. The offense doesn't look sharp. A lot of it has to do with Barkley's not the same player he was a year ago, and at the same time, as much as, we always say Jalen Hurts is a good guy and he is a winner, Jalen does not look accurate at all. He does not look like a top-level quarterback right now. Something's off with Jalen. If it came out and said you found out he had an injury, nothing would surprise me. But Jalen doesn't look like a guy that, to me, if you make him pass, that Jalen's a guy that can beat you with his accuracy.
Not this season, right? He doesn't look good throwing the ball at all. His number one target is probably Dallas Goedert, right? The tight end. To me, that's kind of a bad sign when you have Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, two elite receivers, and you seem to be going to the tight end more than anybody. He does not look good throwing the ball, like you said. It's funny because Jalen Hurts is also the quarterback that's compared to Justin Herbert more than anyone else, right? It used to be Tua, right, because of the draft, and Joe Burrow because of the same draft, but now it's Jalen Hurts. Which quarterback would you rather have, Jalen Hurts or Justin Herbert? Obviously, everybody on the show would rather have Justin Herbert, but it's going to be cool to have that comparison going down on Monday between the two quarterbacks. We've said it on this show before, and I'll say it again. If Justin Herbert was on the Eagles, Mario, what would that offense look like? Well, I think it would be the best offense of the NFL. I think Justin Herbert throws the ball a lot better than Jalen. I think Jalen's better on the run than every quarterback in the league other than probably Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. So they're totally two different quarterbacks that bring two different dimensions to their team. One big difference with this Eagles team, though, Mario, is Lane Johnson. He's a Hall of Fame right tackle, probably still the best right tackle in the NFL. He's going to be unavailable for this game. And since he's missed time with the Eagles, their offense has looked worse than usual.
It has. They lead the league in most 3 and outs. So 3 and done is the Philadelphia Eagles offense right now. If you go to it even more, like these past 4 games, man, offensively have just been a nightmare. Like 15.5 points a game, 209 passing yards. Saquon Barkley, I'll save that for Thursday, but it's been ugly. Really, really ugly. We've gone through the A.J. Brown stuff 10 times over. I'll say this, Dave. If this game is forced into like a truly Hurts versus Herbert game, I think the Chargers win it 10 times out of 10. And both these teams desperately need it. But I think a guy that needs this more than anyone is Harbaugh. And I texted you guys about this early yesterday. His record versus playoff teams, Dave, can you guess it?
No.
Josh, you want to take a hint? How many wins he has?
In his 2 years with the Chargers?
2 years with the Chargers.
Against playoff teams, I'll go 3 wins.
So, again, to specify for everyone, it's current teams that be in the playoffs right now and the teams that are in the playoffs last year. He has a 3-7 record. All 3 of those wins have been against the Denver Broncos. If you take out the Denver Broncos, he is 0-7. He has yet to get a win outside of the Denver Broncos against a playoff team. Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl champions, are currently in the playoff picture. Will probably be in there. He needs to show us that he can be with the big dogs, because right now we haven't really seen it. Have we, Dave?
No, we haven't seen it. Thing is, again, his resume is he has a history of winning. Jim's an unusual coach, meaning what side of the ball is he known for, right? Everyone's known for one side of the ball. I don't know. What side of the ball is Jim known for? Jim seems like a guy that often I'll criticize guys that are just managers that sit there and rely on their assistant coaches to do their job. Whereas, let's say a Mike Tomlin is a guy that's a defensive guy, and obviously Andy Reid's an offensive guy. It has worked for Jim to sit there and hire the right guys. The question has always been on this show, did Jim hire the right guy when we talked about offense? Is Greg Roman the right offensive coordinator? There are many people, including guys on this show, that have said it's only a matter of time before Jim gets a better opportunity as an OC to find someone to come in and do the job of what we think Jesse Minter does on defense most of the time. For the most part, most of us are Jesse Minter fans. There have been times we've been very frustrated, but for the most part, we like what Jesse Minter does. For Harbaugh, to me, his mannerisms have been so much different this year than what you've seen in the past. Like more of a fight, a scrap kind of guy, and to me, just kind of cruising a little bit. I mean, even Pete Carroll seems like he has more emotion than Jim Harbaugh. Now, if that's just the tone he's trying to set for the team, that's fine. But for me, as a football fan, I kind of look at Andy Reid can go that route because he has a bunch of rings. Jim doesn't have that Super Bowl ring yet. I kind of like the way Sean McVay does it. The kind of like, I'm with you and I'm physical with you. Mike Vrabel, I'm in it and I'm physical with you. I want to see him win, like everyone else on this group chat wants to see him win. But, man, here we are in year 2, and, man, we're all expecting at least one playoff win this year. So the numbers you just threw out there of only 3 wins against playoff quality teams, and it's only the same team, yeah, it makes me a little bit nervous.
Hey, if you're wrong about something in life, you should admit you're wrong. Like, that shows signs of an adult or maturity. Mario laid out very clearly what he said about the playoff picture. If you read it wrong, it's fine. We all make mistakes, mighty. Just admit you were wrong, okay? If you're not in the playoff picture right now, that's not a playoff team. Chargers have beaten only the Broncos, okay? And going back to last year, just the Broncos. So that's how it's laid out. Very clear. Mario did a great job. Great stat, Mario. You should tell more people about that stat. Haven't heard anybody mention that yet. If you were to grade Jim Harbaugh on how he's done almost 2 years in with the Chargers, what letter grade would you give him? I think he's done pretty damn good. The one thing about Jim Harbaugh that has bothered me is that the Chargers have lost games to lesser opponents, teams that they should pummel, that they seem to lose to. Like obviously we had the Jacksonville game, which we get destroyed. We had the Commanders game earlier this year, a couple other games like that. The Giants, obviously. I would say he's a solid B. I mean, he has 19 wins so far, and we're not even 2 full years into his tenure with the Chargers.
I think it's very good to say B. That's why I would kind of grade him. And, I'm still waiting for that game of smash mouth football, and we owned them. And I think that could be this week too against the Eagles. And if you look at it on their side as well, they have an OC that's getting his house egged and he's getting booed. They're screaming fire him chants all last week against the Bears. If they lose another one, the Cowboys are right on their heels, and the Cowboys' remaining schedule, it's pretty. It's tough, but there's some minor parts. Like they go at Washington, they still have to face the Giants, and Giants are brutal right now. They have the Vikings, and that should be an easy win. The Chargers, which I don't think it's an easy win, but it's definitely a toss-up, and they face the Lions, which is a 50-50 game. So Cowboys are on their heels, and Philly's probably a loss away from hitting the full-on panic button, self-destruct, and it'd be great if Chargers can kind of deliver that nail in the coffin.
Yeah, here's the deal. As far as his grade goes, Josh, I give him a B+, and I give him the B+ because, man, we had the number 5 pick when we hired him. I mean, the team was a complete disaster, and you started it off on this show saying, what is our identity? I mean, the identity is a different culture of winning. It takes time, I understand, to build a roster. Joe Ortiz does a very good job in the draft. It's the free agency stuff we get frustrated with, that we sit on our hands and don't take our wallet out. That's kind of stuff that gets irritating. This team has weapons on the offensive side of the ball, and that was something where it seemed like 2 years ago, like, what are we going to do? All of a sudden this team has weapons. You mentioned Hampton coming back. All of a sudden there's weapons from the tight end and from the wide receivers, where when you talk about the draft that will happen in the spring, I don't think you're looking for a skilled player on the offensive side, right? You're looking for offensive line help, or you're looking defense. I mean, we don't draft defensive players in the first round. So it's time to sit there and basically make this thing as solid as we can. They got to spend money in free agency, which should be exciting. So you want to see them, to me at least, get 1 or 2 playoff wins. I mean, a lot of people say this team's still not a playoff team. and then you sit and you put the cherry on top to get to where you need to be in the Super Bowl. Jim Harbaugh has a 5-year contract. I have no doubt that Jim Harbaugh's not going to retire after year 5. Like, Jim Harbaugh is going to continue coaching, whether it's with the Chargers or somewhere else. He's still a guy in his early 60s. He's a lifer. He loves this game. But I like the direction this franchise is going. I just want it to happen sooner than later, like most who are sitting there saying, I've waited an entire lifetime. We need things to happen right now. I think they can take care of the Eagles. As long as Justin Herbert can stay healthy, I think they can beat the Eagles.
They could definitely beat the Eagles. The Eagles are the most beatable they've been in the last 2-3 years. I think this team is definitely struggling. I mean, you watch the Eagles team, there's nothing about their offense right now that scares you. Doesn't mean that the Eagles can't put up 30, 40 points at any time. They still have the most talented offense in the NFC, I think. I mean, the Rams are right there as a super talented team. I think the Eagles are talent for talent players they have on that offense. They would still be number 1 to me in the whole NFC. Do you disagree with that, Mario?
Mario might be frozen. I'll answer that question. I'll take the Rams. I'll take the Rams offensively over the Eagles offensively right now. I think talent for talent defensively, the Eagles are loaded. I mean, that defensive line is scary as can be.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Rams would probably be up. Maybe not. No, Niners not anymore.
What are you,
am I frozen?
Yeah, you are. Your mouth's not moving at all. Drink a glass of water and talk. It's catatonic. What happened to this kid?
I don't know. We did it last time. It was our Wi-Fi last time.
What?
That's true.
No, I didn't know. I mean, I'm trying to read this. You said I'm frozen. I thought I was good.
You're still frozen. You're still frozen.
No, it's definitely. I mean, Eagles offense is definitely up there. I just having a heart attack apparently. I said I got you guys crystal clear. Speaking of the Eagles though and top teams, Dave, you wanted to do power rankings.
I do want to do power rankings. Mario, I'm just curious. Are you moving right now in your screen? We can hear you fine. Are you moving in your screen right now? Is your face
I'm so
moving?
confused because I have you guys so crystal clear right now. I have you guys so crystal clear. Why don't you guys take the lead, Dave? Damn it.
All right. There you go. You took the wrong guy out. Mario, this is the craziest damn thing ever. Good God. All right. we will.
It's moving right.
Okay. You haven't moved in 2 minutes easily. And we lost Josh. Complete mess. All right. I guess it's just me. There you go. The way I've hoped it would be for years. Josh is back. Mario's gone. We'll get this whole thing set up in just a second. Josh, you know what Mario reminds me of? You ever see that Instagram thing where they try and make the kid think he disappeared? They put the blanket over him, and then they take the blanket off, and of course the kid's still there, but the whole room acts like he's invisible. That was the whole Mario trick where he's freaking out.
Yeah, I mean,
I
don't know what the hell's going on.
Casket fresh. There you go. I do want to give my rankings, but I like to do it when Mario comes back right here.
You could start the rankings, and I can do mine after if you want.
All right, I'm going to surprise you. We're going to do top 5. All right, top 5 NFL. That's all we're doing. Top 5 teams in the NFL. Ready? I'm going to give you my number 1. I'm still going to go with the Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams number 1. And we just talked about how disappointing it was that the Chargers went to Jacksonville and S the bed. Well, the Rams did the same damn thing against Carolina. And it maybe not to the same extent. I mean, Carolina has a chance of making the postseason. They're 6-5 right now. Bryce Young all of a sudden playing pretty well once they got him a wide receiver in this year's draft. So I have the Rams number 1. This team right here, if they did not play the Rams a few weeks ago, would be my number 1. But I saw the Rams just beat them. Seattle to me is one of those teams that nobody wants to face. The Seahawks are dangerous as can be. Defense looks good. Sam Darnold's playing well. They might have the best wide receiver in the entire league. I got to go Seattle number 2. Number 3, we're going with the Chicago Bears, Josh.
Wow.
That's my number 3 team. Yep, surprising. My number 4 team is the 49ers. Now that they're healthy, I'm going the 49ers are my number 4 team. And my number 5 team is the Philadelphia Eagles. Those are my top 5. Now, if you notice in my top 5, there were no AFC teams in there. There's not one AFC team that has sold me right now, which is good news for the Chargers, that the Chargers, anything can happen in these next 5 games heading into the postseason.
I'm curious from the Bears, what have they done to impress you? I mean, the Eagles win was good, but I mean, they beat a lot of bad teams.
A lot of bad teams, and the Broncos win ugly as hell too. That's why I didn't put the Broncos in there. The only reason I put the Bears in there, and you could probably make the same argument, why don't you put the Patriots in there, is because the Bears have the number 1 seed in the NFC, and right now I just think the NFC seems that much better than the AFC. So, Mario, I know you missed everything. I'm gonna give you my 5 without explanation. My 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rams 1, Seattle 2, Bears 3, 49ers 4, and the Philadelphia Eagles 5. No AFC teams.
Oh, wow.
Those are my top 5.
The Niners, man. No Fred Warner out for the rest of the year. No Nick
That's
Bosa.
fine. That's
Really?
fine. I went Niners. I think the Niners right now, if they were facing almost any team in the AFC, they'd be favored to win.
So yeah, I love my Bears. I love Ben Johnson. They have something cooking there, but I don't know. I would not put them 3.
Okay.
I don't trust them.
You still don't trust them. Okay. Give me your who wants to go next? I want to hear these top 5.
Josh, would you like to go next?
I'll go next. My top 5. I got the Rams number 1. Still think the best team in the NFL. I mean, the loss to the Panthers is weird, but I mean, it's the NFL. Anybody can beat anybody. The Panthers are not that bad either. I think the Panthers are a playoff level team to me, which is crazy. I got the Patriots number 2, and I understand the Patriots have played a lot of bad teams as well, but to me, they have the second best player in the league right now in Drake May. Stafford, I think, would be the MVP. Drake May would be my number 2. And then Seahawks, I have number 3. That's a very good team. I think Mike McDonald is one of the best coaches in the league. The way they've got JSN to be the best receiver in the NFL really this season has been impressive. They have 2 good running backs. They got a great defense. I like what they've done over there. And Sam Darnold is a top 10 quarterback in the league, I would believe, at this point. I mean, he's done it 2 years in a row. So I got the Seahawks number 3. The Broncos, the best defense in the NFL. I'm not impressed with their offense at all. There's not a lot there to me on the offense. Cortland Sutton has had a lesser year than before, but they're still winning because their defense is so damn good. I'm not as down on Bo Nix as you are, Mario. I still think he's okay, but I would have the Broncos number 4 at this point. And then 5 are the Eagles, just because of the talent that they have on that team. I know they've been struggling. The offenses look bad, but talent-wise, I like I said a second ago, I think the Eagles are still the most talented team in the league, and a team that has a lot of playoff experience, a team that has that much playoff experience with that many good players. I want to keep them in my top 5 at this point.
Okay, so Josh, we're actually aligned on a lot with ours. I have the Rams as well. Their wins are still better than I think a lot of teams' wins. 34-7 over Bucks, 21-19 over Seahawks, 35-7 over the Jags that we're suddenly putting them at high rankings because they have 4 fans that reached out to us. 17-3 over the Ravens. I have the Pats too, which I agree with you with. I think you just have to put them up there with that record. I had the Seahawks 3. Seahawks defense, sneaky nasty. And that team can be probably a big problem and maybe make an NFC championship run. But their defense, 3rd in defensive EPA per play, 3rd in points per game, 3rd in points allowed. They're overall 1st in average scoring margin. They're 2nd best defense against the run. And overall, they're 2nd best in DVOA. Some analytic nerds put that one together in the 1st. And usually with your 1st in that one, you win the Super Bowl. I'm not going to compliment this next team I have because screw them. I have Packers at 4. I can't compliment them. It's Packer week. If I did that, I think my uncle is going to come whoop my ass. He's coming here tomorrow for my birthday, and I don't want to fight him. I do have Broncos at 5. But I will say this about the Broncos, guys, is the win at Philly, 21-17, they clipped them early. But besides that, like they kind of got a little lucky. Like they beat KC, but that was like there's at home. You beat the Texans, but Davis Mills was QB. Bengals, they beat him with Jake Browning at QB. And offensively, 23rd success rate, 18th in average depth of target. So, a.k.a. Bo Nix is Bo dumped down, that nerd. They're 19th in turnover differential, so that's not great. And then 14th in passing offense, 14th in rushing offense. Their offense is flat out just average. It's Dave, like it's okay. It's like my best friend. I love him to death. It's like my best friend, Bob. Girls look at him and go, he's just okay. And I'm like, that's all right. He's going to be someone's okay.
He's a 6.
He's a 6. And someone has to be, damn it.
The problem is the defense is a 10, that's what sucks. reminds me of the Peyton Manning Broncos team. I don't think this defense is as that good, but they're really good. Like, honestly, when the Broncos go into a game, the offense has to think, if we score 2 touchdowns, maybe get a field goal, we are going to win this game.
Why does
They
Bo Nix
literally have
look
to
so
go
old?
just score 10 points and we're going to win.
Yeah.
That's the game plan.
There you go. Why does Bo Nix look so old, by the way?
Because he is.
College for
'Cause,
20 years.
Jesus, man. It looks like he's smoked cigarettes. I don't know what happened. It looks like George Blanda. I don't know what the hell happened to Bo Nix. He guys could have got into a bar when he was 13. Yeah, here's the deal. It's hard for me to always give credit to the Broncos. I don't hate Bo Nix as much as, Mario obviously can't stand Bo Nix because whatever he does gets wins. The Bears are a tough team to figure out. I mean, you talk about the number 1 seeds. I don't know how many people have complete faith. Actually, Mario, as I go on a tangent, if you could tell me what the Vegas lines for the Patriots and the Bears are to win the Super Bowl, I'm kind of curious right now because they're both the number 1 seeds, and I don't think a lot of people have faith in either one of them to put their money on them.
So I know Bears, when I checked last, to be the 1 seed at the end of the season for the playoffs, it was still 7-1. Shows how little faith they have. For conferences, Patriots are the favorite for AFC at plus 420. Bears are plus 1120 to win the NFC, which I think is actually pretty smart. They're not winning the NFC. They're not, Ben Johnson's not that much of a miracle worker.
We talk about the top 5. Where would you guys put the Chargers in the league? I mean, off the top of your head, where do you think they sit, in your opinion? I can read you the rankings of other publications if you want. If you're curious what other people think.
I 12 or 13 for me.
12 or 13. What do you have, Dave?
God dang it, man. I hate to go this route. All right. Well, I'll tell you just off the top of my head, if they played the Patriots, I think the Patriots are favored. If they played Jacksonville, I don't have confidence they can beat Jacksonville right now. Maybe their best matchup would be against the Ravens or the Colts are a team that I don't think wins their divisions. They're falling fast. I like their chances against Indianapolis all of a sudden. I like their chances against Baltimore, AK. I do. Right now, there's something wrong with Lamar Jackson. I don't know if Lamar Jackson bounces back. It's been weeks now, and Lamar Jackson's a mess. And for some reason, they don't want to give the ball to Derrick Henry. So I like the Chargers' chances over the Ravens right now. It'll be interesting to see when the Chargers take on the Chiefs and the Broncos to see what they are. Here we are, it's December 2nd, and I still don't know exactly what the Chargers are. And for me, that's all because of the offensive line. I mean, everyone's talking about, oh man, the offensive line graded out great against the Raiders. It was the goddamn Raiders. The Raiders are like our group chat. The way everyone's attacking each other in this group chat during this entire show is exactly what the Raiders do on their team. They just scream at each other. It's your fault. It's your fault. Never seen so many F-bombs in my life, by the way, in the chat.
Yeah, I'm part of that problem. Sorry, guys. All right, Chargers. This is where they're power ranked amongst different publications. All right, ESPN has the Chargers 14th. CBS has them 18th. Bleacher Report 15th. Yahoo 13th. Sports Illustrated 14th. NFL on Fox 14th. Pro Football Talk 14th. USA Today 19th. New York Times 15th. So basically in the middle of the NFL is where people see the Chargers. I disagree. It's because of the offensive line. I mean, if the offensive line wasn't as bad as they are, they'd be a lot better. But you could probably say that about a bunch of other teams. Before we go into the comments, Mario, I want to go over the pass blocking grades for the Chargers as we do on our Tuesday show. Jamari Salyer, he had a good game. I think this grade right here doesn't show how good I thought he played. I mean, 72.2 is still above average. 60 is the average score on PFF. 1 sack, 2 pressures. Zion Johnson, 81.5, 0 sacks, 1 pressure. He has been the best offensive lineman this season out of all the guys that have been available. Bradley Bozeman posted the best grade of anybody on the team, which I'm stoked about. 82.6, 0 sacks, 0 pressures. Mekhi Becton, 67.6, 0 sacks, 2 pressures. And Trey Pipkins, to me, it looked like he was getting abused by Max Crosby. They only have him for 1 sack and 2 pressures at 62.4. So every single Charger was above average. To me, he was the weak link on the offensive line against the Raiders, but they have him above average as well, Mario.
You said Bradley Bozeman in that grade. I queued everything else out. Is that a typo? Are we sure?
Not a typo. No.
Is
That is not
everyone
a typo.
high?
No, that's exactly it. Man, I looked at this thing earlier. That's exactly it. It's funny when Harbaugh complimented him. It was weird to hear Harbaugh call him Brad. Like we just call him Bradley all the time.
Yeah. They hit
Brad
you with
did a
that
great
one. You're like, really? He goes by
Yeah.
Brad?
job.
You know what we should do? I just thought it was a good content idea. With Christmas around the corner, we're going to go by every Charger player on roster. And we're going to put them on the naughty or nice list.
Which Chargers are on the naughty or nice list?
Yeah.
Dude, about 90% of them are on the naughty list, if we're being honest.
This could be fun. Could be fun. I'll dress up as Santa.
Hey, the best Charger this year, and he doesn't get enough credit. He is the best Charger. Cameron Dicker doesn't count. The kicker doesn't count. Thule is the best player on the whole team. Or Justin
this
Herbert
year
is
he's
probably
having
the
a
best.
great year.
Thule is having an incredible year. He already has 10 sacks, number 7 in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree.
Does he not get enough credit for how good he is? I feel like people do not talk about him.
I don't think he gets any credit at all. I think he gets really swept on the rug. I think it's mostly also, Dave, because he's very undersized.
It's a tremendous player. Again, look, the Chargers need guys to step up. And we mentioned Derwin James 8 million times. And most people who don't know Charger football, when you say name a Charger defensive player, they'll either say Derwin James or Khalil Mack. Thule is still, one of those guys that around the league, you know who he is now, right? I mean, he's very good. I'm sure he's going to, make the Pro Bowl, all that stuff. Good for him. That's why I look at it. I can't tell you when you just went through the numbers, Josh, on how the rest of the people see the Chargers. It's a little disappointing. The USA Today, come on, I didn't even know the USA Today even existed anymore. The grade's extremely disappointing. 19 out of 32. Is that what USA Today had the Chargers? I mean, what the hell are you talking about? We got a franchise quarterback with a great coach. I mean, a big time coach. That's the combination in this league to win is a solid coach and a solid quarterback. The Chargers have those. That number 19 is insane. It's just straight out embarrassing. I mean, again, the fish are embarrassed to be wrapped in that paper. The USA Today should be ashamed.
Yeah. I had somebody message me on Instagram. I thought this was interesting. They went to the Jacksonville game, so they got a unique view of, things that we can't see on TV. They said leaving the field after the Chargers got waxed by the Jaguars that Mekhi Becton was all smiles leaving the field. And Henley was fuming, wanted to kill him because his behavior was out of control. They said he was all smiling, laughing. Chargers get killed. Henley is dead serious, not happy with what happened. I thought that was interesting. He said that's something you wouldn't ever see on TV, but as fans, we saw it. The people in that section saw it.
Yeah, but he's probably still complaining about his injury and how they handled it and everything. So that's all the Chargers.
Just man, I said it weeks ago. They should have cut him weeks ago. You make a statement. You scare everybody in the locker room when you cut him. I go, look, man, this is no nonsense. We have a goal in this franchise. We aren't going to have anybody here that can either keep up or isn't part of the solution. He's not part of the solution. It's time to let him go. I've said it for the longest time. I mean, that kind of stuff drives me nuts. Man, you win as a team, you lose as a team. That means if that guy over there is pissed off and embarrassed walking off the field, you should be pissed off and embarrassed walking off the field. Joke, man. He's lucky to still be in the league. How many chances do you get? F that guy.
Yeah, Eagles fans are saying, we want him back. We want him back. Let's see what you think on Monday night.
We want you to have him back. Like, we want you to have him back. Go ahead.
Take him back.
Now.
All right. We got the comments. AK199 says, today I'm going to be the most hated fan for the first time. Okay. He follows it up with 499. He says, this is what I want to say as Charger fans. I'm heartbroken many times over number 17, which I refuse to say his name. He had LT, great defenses, everything, and all he did was fail. Where
did this come from?
Yeah. He's followed up with another comment. Here we go. 499 says, I am going to dislike him forever. I love Herbert. I will always love Herbert. He's the reason I have hope my team will get the Super Bowl title. I love you, Herbie. So he hates Phillip Rivers, clearly, and he loves Justin Herbert. I don't feel that way. Phillip Rivers is my favorite player of all time. Grew up during the Phillip Rivers era, as a lot of people on this show did. I did not think the Chargers did a great job of supporting Phillip Rivers. The first few years of his career, Chargers had the best roster in the NFL, right? They're stacked all throughout the roster. After that, Phillip Rivers had tons of problems with injury, his teams being injured, the offensive line being terrible, not having many targets to throw to, defenses being bad. I mean, for God's sakes, 1 year Phillip Rivers had the best offense in the league and couldn't even make the playoffs. Is that his fault? I don't think so. I mean, Phillip Rivers, to me, left everything out on the field and was one of the best quarterbacks of his era. I mean, he's possibly a future Hall of Famer. He probably should be in the Hall of Fame.
I think people don't take to also what the era he was in. You had Brady and Manning you had to go up against.
Roethlisberger.
That's what I was going to say. And then Roethlisberger right after that. And by the way, Roethlisberger had 2 Hall of Fame coaches with him. Brady had the best coach we've ever seen in NFL history. And then Manning had Dungy. What are you going to do? How are you going to win? You know?
Yeah, AK, I love you, man, but I completely disagree. Phillip was a gamer. By the way, he never missed games. I mean, that's a huge thing for me. You could count on Phillip being there every single week. I don't know, man. I was around Phillip Rivers a lot in practice, and man, every single day he brought out the most competitive edge he could from his teammates. I think Phillip's biggest fault was his GM. To be honest with you, at the time he was there, they didn't surround him with the best players. I think Phillip would have won with the Giants. I think he would have won with the Steelers. You know, again, he was taken at the same time where Eli Manning and Roethlisberger were taken. And Josh said it. The guy could be in the Hall of Fame. I think a lot of people that played against Phillip Rivers will say he was a Hall of Famer. I'm a huge Rivers fan as well.
All right, Young West. He said $5. Only fun fact: only 3 other players have more receiving touchdowns than QJ. It's actually 4 other players have more receiving touchdowns than QJ. QJ is tied for 5th. Can you guys name the other 4 receivers with more receiving touchdowns than QJ?
I looked, so I cheated.
Okay, there's 3 receivers. So the fun fact's partially correct. There is 3 receivers and 1 tight end. Okay, so do you have any idea, Dave? One guy is blowing away the rest of the competition. 14 touchdowns already.
Jackson Smith, Njigba, whatever, I can't pronounce it. Has he won?
Devontae Adams has 14 touchdowns.
Oh, wow. I got him on my fantasy team. Look at Devontae.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 2 with 9 touchdowns. And then you have Trey McBride, number 3 with 8. And then you have George Pickens tied with Trey McBride with 8 touchdowns. And then QJ has 7 touchdowns. He's tied with Dallas Goedert, Michael Pittman, T. Higgins, Jake Ferguson, and Jackson Smith and Jigba all have 7 touchdowns. QJ doesn't get enough credit. You know, you give him that crazy nickname a few weeks ago. People will roast him because he drops easy passes, but he does have 7 touchdowns.
Good for him.
I'd say that deserves a Quinn Johnson. You know?
All right. That's it for the comments.
All right. There you go. You know, it's it'll be interesting to see how this week plays out. You know, again, you're getting ready for big games coming up, right? The games left on the schedule: Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, Texans, Broncos. That's the way this schedule is going to play out. It'll be interesting to see how things go. Kind of want to see, hopefully the Chiefs continue to fall. Like, I really want the Chiefs out of the playoff picture. I want the Chiefs out because I think if you can get into the playoffs, I think every game in the playoffs against these teams is winnable. You have a chance.
I agree.
Where would you rank this Eagles game amongst the teams left on the schedule in terms of difficulty? Is this harder than the Texans game? Is this harder than the Chiefs game in Arrowhead? Broncos and Mile High, last game of the year? Where would you put this?
For me, man, I'll bounce with you. I'm gonna go 1. I'm gonna go 1, and the reason I'm going 1 is it's a national televised game. Thank goodness it's a home game. But I think the Eagles have heard it from every single direction since that Friday game against the Bears. It did not go the way they thought it was going to go. They were embarrassed. As we mentioned, the offensive coordinator's house was egged over it. You have extra days to think about it. I think this is a big game. You're going to see the big Eagles' best effort, and I hope it's not good enough. We're going to see the Eagles' best effort this week.
I think the hardest game is going to be in Denver for the sole reason that if Chargers beat the Chiefs, it could be for the division. Like, there could be a lot at stake in that one.
Let's say the Broncos have it locked up. Let's say they have the division locked up.
Then who gives a shit?
Well, my point is this: if they have it locked up, but it means the Chargers have to win to get it in the postseason. Sean Payton saying we weren't letting the Chargers get in the postseason, and playing guys risking injury, or is it one of those where, hey, we you've seen coaches do this where they go, I don't want to give guys time off, because then all of a sudden you have more time off than you need, and it feels like it's weeks now since you played. If you're Sean Payton, you're in that situation. It's a game inside your division. Are you trying to stick it to the Chargers to keep them out? Or are you sitting there going, we're going to keep the, basically, gas to the ground and let's go keep going full speed? What would you do if you were Sean Payton, you had it locked up? Would you be concerned about that last game? Big Royce Freeman revenge game?
Yeah, Chargers signed Royce Freeman, San Diego legend. Dude, if it would, for me personally, if it was a divisional opponent, I would try to beat them. But then again, you run the risk of an injury going into the playoffs. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. I mean, Chargers did it right with the Broncos with Mike Williams, where he got hurt before the playoffs against the Jacksonville Jaguars game. So it can go either way. But if I'm Sean Payton, I'm trying to take out Jim Harbaugh. I don't know. That's cut the way I feel.
I go back and forth. So the thing that's really tough is, Sean knows that he has not beaten Harbaugh yet, and he has not beaten them in probably 2 years. Going to be 2 years if he doesn't do it this year. So I would personally not. I would just rest my guys and go, we'll get ready for the playoffs. They can get in there.
The game remaining on the schedule I'm concerned about most as far as health goes is the Texans game. Like Mario writes Josh and I every week. Every time we watch the Texans play, he goes, I'm worried about Herbert even leaving the game alive. Like that's the one that scares me the most too.
There's not even a team that is even close to the Texans in terms of a pass rush duo right now in the NFL. You got Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, and then you have everybody else. I mean, it's incredible what they're doing right now. That defense is carrying that team.
Yep.
And if Stroud figures that out for like one quarter, you're done. You're just not going to win, especially this Charger team.
All right, here we go. AK 499 says, Mario, lame excuse. You make Flacco beat Manning and Brady on the way to Super Bowl title. Stop it, man. Stop it, man up, and accept it.
Yeah, Flacco was playing insane out of his mind. He also had one of the best defenses we've ever seen, and a Hall of Fame coach, and a pretty good running back, and had everything that Philip Rivers didn't have. So you're not really right there, AK.
You have to admit he was right about being the most hated fan on the show today.
He was right about that.
He called a shot, and he was right.
I like to think that he was like staying up late last night and like thought of this take. He's like, I'm going to cause some chaos on Bull Crew today.
He actually messaged me in advance and told me he was going to cause problems. So
really,
he'd call it days, in advance. So
premeditated.
All right, do we have a premeditated future? Yeah, what's up?
Oh no, I was working a show one time for ESPN, and we told a caller like, hey, we need some spice for the show today, so just throw a bomb in there, throw a take out there. And this guy always has a take. And his moment to shine, he goes, I got nothing. We're like, you got nothing? He's like, nothing. We're like, get damn. The lights shine the brightest. Eddie on the north side doesn't have anything.
All right, we got a Dave rant today.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a rant. Josh and I kind of talked about this earlier, but everyone's experienced it. Women who are listening to our show right now know it better than anyone. Men are the worst listeners. Like, men do not listen at all. Men are terrible listeners. That's the one thing that the one skill I have. I think when I'm in a conversation, I think I listen to what you're saying to the point where in my head, I'm going to bring this up. And then I forget what I was going to say because I was listening to what you were saying. But there's so many guys that are hard to talk to because you can tell they aren't listening to a damn thing they say. And then as a tick, guys do this move in the middle of a conversation. When you're done talking, they just go, unbelievable. Like they heard what you had to say. Like they don't really mean unbelievable. So what I want you to start doing, okay, guys, start doing that to guys. Guys can do it back to guys. Girls do it to guys too. Every time someone says something, a guy says it, just start going believable. Just like that. It'll sound weird, but just go believable. No one ever says believable. Everybody says unbelievable, but just go believable. Like what you said was, wait, I wasn't lying to you. I know. I just said believable. Just kind of throw them off a little bit. But if you just go believable instead of unbelievable, it's going to freak them out. But man, I deal with people every day. I do a show with a guy when I'm not doing this show I've worked with for 30 years. He doesn't listen to 90% of what I have to say. And it's one of those deals, man. I don't know why girls date guys at all. If the guy doesn't listen, that should be checklist number one on why you should not go out with that guy. Mario, I hope you're a good listener. You're the only single guy on the show. I hope you're a good listener.
I tried. I've been working on it. You always do how was the weekend? Give me all the drama.
But do you care?
Some follow-ups.
Do you actually care when you say how's the weekend? Or do you just say it, I wonder what she looks like with that sweater off during the winter season?
No, I actually did. No, I was talking to someone last night. I actually did care. And it was a crazy story. I want to tell it so bad on there, but I definitely can't. But crazy story. So I was like, oh, I'm fascinated by this. I have to know more. But there's definitely been moments where what is it? And then I've been dating someone and they tell me, I'm like, holy wow. I mean, spice it up with some detail. You know what I mean? And then you give them pointers after. You're like, instead of her saying this, turn up a little bit. All right. She didn't say stop talking. She said, stop talking, you bitch. Let's, add some details,
Wow.
I'm kidding as a joke, but, spice it up a little bit. If the story's boring, you know what I mean? Throw some spice on it. You want something nice? Cayenne pepper on a steak. There you go.
A lot of people don't know how to tell a story. I think a lot of people don't know how to tell a story. That's the problem.
And that's my biggest pet peeve. There's nothing worse on the planet than when you're a part of a story and you're hearing someone tell it and you go, holy hell, you're not doing it justice. And you're just sitting there going, all right, shut up. I gotta tell it. You're blowing this whole thing. We lost half the damn room. Grandma's asleep.
We lost.
You know what I mean?
Room.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. That's all I got for you today. Not in a terrible mood. All right, a little bit nervous about Monday's game. I'm excited about Monday's game. I know we're 6 days away. More excited that Mario has a big birthday tomorrow. Hope you have a great day, Mario.
Thank you.
There you
Excited. Get a little dinner.
Hope you're able to get that window shut and the heat fixed where you live and everything's okay for you.
The heat's fixed. We got that settled. I texted the rents. I was like, yeah, we have dinner tomorrow. You guys can come in around 4. I should be done with some stuff and I'll be able to meet up with you guys. So you hear 4 and you go, got it. 4. My dad texted me this morning. We're going to leave around 9 a.m. Central. I go, got it. Big guy. You're arriving 4 hours early. To a city you've been to 1,000 times. The hell you doing? But we're excited.
Going deep dish for the big birthday dinner?
No. Topo Grigio. It's a couple blocks. It was a place I recommended to you guys actually. When you guys were in Chicago. It's phenomenal. But it's right near my spot. Go with my cousin and my parents.
Nice, man. Good deal. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
All right. You guys got anything else before we lock this thing out?
What day are we going on Thursday?
We're going on Thursday, 1:00 Pacific time. We're going on Thursday, then we're going 2 shows on Monday. That's the way we're going. Getting ready for the big game, and it will be a big game because Philadelphia fans will show up at SoFi Stadium. So what? That's fun. There's nothing to do in the East Coast. That's why people move to the West Coast. Okay, so here we go. We come back on Thursday, 1:00. Again, if you have a question and to get on the show, imagine we're going to get a bunch of things in YouTube this time because it got pretty ugly on the side. I was watching. A lot of finger pointing, a lot of angry stuff, a lot of F words, and a lot of Josh. You kind of threw a fire on the gasoline.
All right,
or the other way
around. We'll address it.
Fire. Either way, you mixed the two, and it went crazy.
I'll address the thing. I shouldn't have said what I said. I created a problem. All right, it's all love, Mighty. It's all love. It's never hard feelings on the show. It's all jokes, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry you got upset. I apologize. There you go.
Next show, everyone comment your 3 least favorite things about Philly.
Dude, I have my list ready to go. I'll say mine as well. Good deal.
I can't wait.
Good deal. And I've never been to Philadelphia. I've just dealt with a ton of people from Philadelphia. So I got a whole list.
Worst accents in America.
You think so?
Philadelphia has the worst accent? No.
You go over Boston? You go over Boston?
Boston's
terrible. Yeah.
What about when you used to live in the Midwest? I got to ask you, Wisconsin must have driven you crazy.
Oh, Wisconsin's bad too.
This is going to hurt really bad. Minnesota's bad. Minnesota. Wisconsin's tough because Indiana people talk the same as them. So it's
really? Didn't even know that.
When people were saying it, I was like, that's normal. And I was like, oh my God. Damn it.
Somebody says Baltimore on the side. Baltimore's is pretty bad too.
Baltimore's a tough go.
Tough go. Somebody do
there's
a
another
wellness
one
check
in
on
there.
Leah, speaking of Baltimore. Not seen her in a long time.
Yeah,
think
she
she's
all
like-
right.
Yeah.
I think she has like a
Angie-
job or something. She can't be here. I don't
She has
know.
a life. Okay.
Yeah.
She's watching The Wire.
All right,
All right.
we'll be back on Thursday, 1 o'clock time. Thanks everyone again. Please like, subscribe. You got a lot of, I think it was more football talk than joking around stuff today. So there we go. Kind of a serious show. There you go. All right, we'll see you in a couple days, everyone. Again, for Mario Heron, Josh Pele, I'm Dave Pele. Have a good couple days, Mario. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe for my damn birthday or get the hell out of here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the boat crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the boat crew, best up in the business. It's the boat crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbaugh down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.